ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अष्टादशोऽध्यायः मोक्षसन्न्यासयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुं त्यागस्य च हृषीकेश पृथक् केशिनिषूदन। श्रीभगवानुवाच काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासं सन्न्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः। त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यमिति चापरे। निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा। त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत्। यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्। नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः। दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् स कृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागफलं लभेत्। कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागः सात्विको मतः। न द्वेष्ट्य कुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुषज्यते त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो मेधावी छिन्न संशयः। न हि देहभृता शक्यं त्यक्तुं कर्माण्यशेषतः यस्तु कर्मफलत्यागी सत्यागीत्यभिधीयते। अनिष्टमिष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मणः फलं भवत्यत्यागिनां प्रीत्य न तु सन्न्यासिनां क्वचित् पञ्चैतानि महाबाहो कारणानि निबोध मे साङ्ख्ये कृतान्ते प्रोक्तानि सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम् अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता करणं च पृथक्विधम् विविधाश्च पृथक् चेष्टा दैवं चैवात्र पञ्चमम् शरीरवाङ्मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रारभते नरः न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा पञ्चैते तस्य हेतवः तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वात् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः यस्य नाहङ्कृतो भावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम्। ॐ तत्सत्।
So, which are we starting from 15 or 16, Dr. Brahmara? I
We
will
did
share
the, yeah,
uh,
this is 20 you're showing me. We did 15 and 16 yesterday, but we can you can read the last bit of 15 and then continue with 16.
I'll just read from the Tatparya from 15. That karma, whether proper or opposite, improper, which man undertakes with the body, speech, or mind, has these 5 causes. So again, that karma, which whether it's proper or opposite, improper, which a man undertakes with the body, speech, or mind, has these 5 causes. These 5 factors are the cause for all the 3 types of karma. All the 3 types of karma. So the word nara etymologically means the one who does not die. Nariyate iti naraha. Again, the word nara etymologically means the one who does not die. Na riyate iti naraha. Here it refers to a human being because by doing karma, he perpetuates himself. This human being undertakes prarabhate, various forms of activity, karma, which are divided into three groups from the standpoint of the three means used to perform them. A physical activity, kaika, is done by the physical body, an oral action, vachika, by the speech, and a mental action, manasa, by the mind. These are the three types of activities divided on the basis of the three means of action. So again, these are the three types of activity divided on the basis of three means of action. Kayika, Vachika and Manasa. The type of karma done by these three means is again divided into two. So again that subdivided into two. An action that conforms to the moral order is called Nyayam karma. And that which does not, which goes against the order, is called Viparitam karma. A system of logic is also called Nyaya. A system of logic is also called Nyaya, meaning that which is proper, rational. For the same reason, justice also is called Nyaya. Orally, you can perform a proper or an improper action. If you verbally abuse someone, it is a Viparita karma, while the proper use of words is Nyayam karma. Similarly, actions that hurt, such as stealing and so on, are Viparita at the level of the physical body. Kayikam Viparitam karma. So that is called Kayikam Viparitam karma. And even thinking ill of another person is a Manasam Viparitam karma. So under the two divisions, one is the Nyayam karma and the Viparitam karma. Out of the Viparitam, it goes with the physical body, then it's Kayikam Viparitam karma. It goes with the Manas, then Manasam Viparitam karma. Shankara says Nyayam karma is that which has the sanction of the Shastra. Shankara says Nyayam karma is that which has the sanction of the Shastra, while Viparitam karma does not. Some of these actions are voluntary and some are not, but are necessary for living, like breathing. Every one of them, voluntary and involuntary, has these five causes. Panchayeta tasya hetavaha. Here, the attention is drawn to what was originally stated, that five factors are responsible for all kinds of activities. Though the types of karma are threefold, though the types of karma are threefold from the standpoint of the means used to perform them, the factors necessary for their performance are five. So only three types of karma, but then again you have five factors that's necessary for the performance of that karma. Why is this said here? The intention is not really to understand the nature of the karma, but to lift your vision to see whether Atma yourself is really involved in action. That is the intention, tatparya. When all these factors are required for a karma, how do you take Atma as the agent, karta? Even the ahankara cannot be karta, cannot be the karta because it is only one of the 5 factors required for karma. Again, he is one of the 5 factors required for karma. Neither can any one of other factors be the karta for the same reason. The sense organ itself is not the karta. The mind alone is not the karta. The body is not the karta, nor is any organ of action or the buddhi. If any one of them is not the agent, karta, then who is? Nobody is the karta. If you say all of them put together is the karta, that karta is clearly mithya, dependent on something else. The aim is only to point out that Atma, the I, is free from all activities always. When the nature of karma is defined, Atma is not at all defined or included in any way because it is not the cause for any action. It is not an active element in karma, but the witness as well as the truth of the karma, without which there is no karma. Mm. Oh, that's why the confusion was. Okay. So is that all clear, or should I read anything from verse 15? The last line was the probably what the cause of the confusion. Atma, for the fact it's non-doer. It doesn't do any action. But they are trying to confuse here. The aim is only to point out that Atma, I'll read this last line here. The I is free from all activities, always. That is the truth. Okay. When the nature of karma is defined, Atma is not at all defined or included in any way because it is not the cause for any action. It is not an active element in karma, but the witness as well as the truth of karma. The truth of karma, without which there is no karma. Hmm. Is this, Dr. Brahmara, what do you guys discuss about this truth of karma? Or anyone tell me? I don't remember anything about truth of karma.
I don't think we discussed that.
Hmm. Because clearly under the 5 factors, we read it at about 2-3 times. I'm sorry, I'm going back that one paragraph here. Who does the action, right? The one who takes the initiative for an action with a certain intention, sankalpa, perform the action and owns it up is the agent, the karta. So, and that is what we thought. I mean, the person who is taking the charge, right? I mean, performs and owns it up. That person, that is called karta. So it is assigned to this siddha bhasha or ahankara. So what is done is called karta and what is experienced called bhokta. And whereas when we read the Atma, we know for sure it's abhokta and akarta. And what is the confusion here?
Hari Om.
Hmm.
I think all the five causes, they exist only because of the presence of Atma. No,
Who?
when Atma is there, then the body is there.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the though it is a passive part. Atma is like when we are reading the cause, it is behind the scene, but its
Who?
very presence is very essential so that
Mm-hmm.
some karma can be done with the help of all these five causes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I definitely
it is the
agree.
witness, yeah, it is the witness, and the truth of karma is that
Mm.
its single presence is there. Only then that
He is the
karma
one
can
who witness, right? I don't know. Somebody, I don't
without
know, in
which
the
there is no karma, right?
group, somebody posted some video mm, about how a thief trying to train his son to be a thief. That in our group, I don't know, somewhere else I saw. Then he says, okay, now you grown up, go and steal something. Right?
Posted.
Huh?
I
You-
I did post it, yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. Okay, then you guys all see it. That one, it was really nice, how he explained that that son goes and the dad gives an explanation. Hey, you do all these things, but don't let anybody see you, and make sure you safely return home with whatever he looted. And then the son, he's supposed to come back in a couple of hours, but he hasn't come. He waited and waited and waited and waited for this guy. He didn't return. Only in the morning, he was about to go and search for him. Then the sun comes after the sun comes up. But then he didn't have any money. And what happened? He said, "Yeah, as you told me, I looted and everything. But then you told me in the end, don't let nobody see me. Nobody woke up in that house. Nobody saw me there. But then the earth saw me, the moon saw me, and everybody. I mean, the way he was saying, everything else is watching me. So obviously, for me,
And he also says, I was also watching me,
right,
myself.
exactly. Myself also watching myself. So you said nobody to see this. So that's why I put it same place and came back. So it was fun to see that Atma is watching. So we cannot think nobody saw us. Now they CCTV cameras everywhere, so or somebody taking video. But still, the inner meaning is this Atma. Atma is watching, so we have to be afraid for that part. If we are doing any improper action, for proper action will be okay. Anyway, thank you, Dr. Savitaji, for clearing it up, clarifying that. Thanks. Hmm. So we go into the next one. You already did Manana and that also, right? Okay, let me read this and then we can go through together because it looks like it's connected. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tiyah pashyat pashyatyakrita akrita.
Okay, can I help you out?
Yeah, I know this word is long.
तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मानं केवलं तु यः पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वात् न स पश्यति दुर्मतिः. It is पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वात्.
Oh, that's what I wasn't sure. It's akrita or
Yeah, pashyatyakruta. It is
akrita.
actually a sandhi there.
Okay.
पश्यत्यकृतबुद्धित्वात् न स पश्यति
Buddhitva.
दुर्मतिः.
Oh, okay, I got it. Nasha pashyati durmati. Okay, got it. Thanks so much. Tatra evam sati. When this is so, tatra evam sati. When this is so, tu, on the other hand, akrita buddhivat, buddhitvat, akrita buddhitvat, because of immaturity of the mind. Yaha, the one who, atmanam, the atma, kevalam, which is pure, kartaram, as the karta, pashyati, sees, saha, durmatihi, that one whose thinking is distorted, na pashyati, does not see the truth. When this is so, the one who sees, on the other hand, the self, which is pure, as the agent, because of an immature mind, that person whose thinking is distorted does not see the truth. Let me see what the one is. Okay. That footnote for the one is here the word Kevala means pure, untouched by anything. So again, here the word Kevala means pure, untouched by anything. So I'll read this one more time. When this is so, the one who sees, on the other hand, the self, which is pure, that is untouched by anything, as the agent, because of an immature mind. That person whose thinking is distorted does not see the truth. The one who sees the Atma as Karta does not see the truth. When this is so, Tatra Evam Sati means when these five factors just mentioned are the causes for karma. So, when this is so, Tatram Evam Sati. 1 second. Okay, we are starting from here. So, when this is so, Tatram Evam Sati means when these five factors just mentioned are the causes for karma. This being the case, one who sees the self as the agent is a durmati, one whose mind sees other than what is. See, one whose mind sees other than what is. Such a mind does not see things as they are, but sees everything in a distorted manner. Shankara says the mind sees things so wrongly that it subjects itself to birth and death by subjecting itself to a karma and karma pala. So let me read this line one more time. Shankara says the mind sees things so wrongly that it subjects itself to birth and death by subjecting itself to a karma and karma pala. When you see external things wrongly, no great harm may be done. But when you see yourself wrongly, it is a problem. You cannot afford to see yourself wrongly because if you do, everything else gets distorted. The self is pure, Kevala, meaning it performs no action whatsoever. And while it does not undergo any change, in its presence, all activities takes place. So that's probably what is called the truth of the karma. In its presence, all activities takes place. Who, if one sees that the self as the doer, karta, if one sees the self as the doer, karta, there is a distortion. Why does he see this? His mind is distorted. He is a durmati. What is the cause for his distorted thinking? He is a person whose mind has not matured. He is an akrita buddhi. His mind is not done very well, in that it has not undergone the necessary process of learning, of purifying itself from all distortions. Shankara says it has not undergone the teaching of Vedanta through a teacher in the proper way. So again, Shankara says it has not undergone the teaching of Vedanta through a teacher in the proper way. It is enough to study the Vedanta Shastra. If there is any pratibandhaka, any doubt or any kind of obstruction, it must be met with the help of the teacher and understood properly. It has to be subjected to proper inquiry by reasoning, by vichara, for the knowledge to be assimilated. It is something like solving a puzzle. You may solve it, but you have to assimilate the solution to be able to solve it again. If someone gives you a word puzzle, for example, after trying for some time, you may discover the word, but then the person who gave you the puzzle has only to disturb the whole thing and ask you to do it again. Another 3 days are gone, you may do it, you may not do it at all. You know there is a solution, but you do not know how you got it because the solution has to be assimilated. The person who gave you the puzzle has assimilated the solution by properly observing, analyzing, and understanding the very solution itself. Again, I'll read this line. The person who gave you the puzzle has assimilated the solution by properly observing, analyzing, understanding the very solution itself. Let the pieces be anywhere. For him, there is no problem. This process of assimilation is called vichara or nyaya, reasoning. As Shankara says, because it is a matter of knowing, not a matter of belief. If this process is not complete, he will see Atma, which is pure, and as an agent, Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. This process is not complete. You will see Atma, which is pure as an agent, Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. Okay, next paragraph. Shankara adds that even the Astika. I didn't get this line here. You guys, I will read this paragraph from here. Under 3 days are gone, you may do it, you may not do it at all. You know there is a solution, but you do not know how you got it because the solution has to be assimilated. The person who gave you the puzzle has assimilated the solution by properly observing, analyzing, and understanding the very solution itself. Let the pieces be anywhere. For him, there is no problem. This process of assimilation is called vichara or nyaya, reasoning. As Shankara says, because it is a matter of knowing, not a matter of belief. If this process is not complete, I feel that should be complete, right? I mean, if he's understood, assimilated, done the vichara and all that, but I'm not sure why that was not complete. He will see Atma, which is pure and agent, as an agent, Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati. Shankara
That is,
adds,
if he doesn't understand this process of
Yeah, that
reasoning, where is that? Of observing, analyzing, and understanding, and the very solution itself. If he is not clear on this, if he does not know this, observing, know how to analyze, know how to understand, and assimilate, then it is incomplete, isn't it? So then he will think that Atma is the agent. So that is his buddhi is durmati, because he is as having a
he is thinking it is a karta, right? That what
ah,
the thing is. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Then I didn't get that the karta part here. I thought it says pure as an agent. Then why would they say this kevalam atmanam kartaram
Atma, which
pashyati?
is pure. He sees that pure Atma as the agent, as the Karta. So then it is wrong
Okay,
understanding.
that then it is strong understanding. Yes, because I felt this pure as an agent, meaning they put pure here, but not the karta here.
Kamma should be after pure.
Yeah. Anyway, Shankara adds that even the astika, okay, Shankara adds that even the astika who believes in the survival of the soul after death. So he adds that even the astika who believes in the survival of the soul after death, therefore, that Atma is independent of the body, looks upon the Atma as an agent. He believes in the Shastra that but does not recognize that essential nature of Atma is totally free from action. So again, I read this line one more time. He believes in the Shastra but does not recognize that the essential nature of Atma is totally free from action. Therefore, even though he is a great scholar of the Vedas, as the Purva Mimamsakas usually or still, he is one whose mind is not mature. He is an akrita buddhi, not having undergone the process of learning properly. Because of that, he is called a durmati. He neither sees the truth of Atma nor that of a karma. So he neither sees the truth of Atma nor that of the karma. These 5 factors which are enumerated
is like
are
the
the
Ubhaya Brashta,
mm,
who doesn't follow the karma, as neither does he get to the truth of the whole thing.
right.
Ubhaya Brashta.
Yeah, we read it also that word, right? Ubhaya prashta. Not neither believer nor follow anything like, I mean, knowing the truth. These 5 factors which were enumerated are the things which account for all karma, are the things which account for all karma. Atma is not involved in this, even though it is very much there. Atma always remains akarta, but this he does not see. Shankara says, even though he sees, he does not see. Pashyan api na pashyati. Even though he sees the Atma as something distinct from the body, still he does not see at all because he commits a mistake. Shankara gives an example. It is like a person suffering from a cataract who sees more than one moon. Even though there is only one moon, or a person who sees the moon moving, when the clouds are moving. Things are not seen as they are, even though Atma obtains in the physical body as the very witness Sakshi of the Buddhi. It does not perform any action, even though it looks as though Atma performs the action. Okay, even though it looks as though Atma performs the action, it performs no action. Kurvan api na karoti. Kurvan api na karoti. The presence of Atma is there in all seeing, doing, hearing, and thinking, but it performs no action. Having pointed out the Durmati, he now talks of the Sumati, the one who has a clear mind. So, should we go up to the next one, or should maybe do the Manana on this last two? We have time.
I think you can continue because yesterday we did discuss this.
Oh, you did? Okay. Then it's fine. I'll do this. You want to read this sloka, Dr. Pramara?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhiryasya na lipyate hatvapi sa iman lokan nahanti na nibadhyate.
Yasya,
We'll read the,
for whom ahankritaha bhavaha na. There is no I notion. Ahankritaka bhavaha na. There is no I notion. Yasya buddhihi, whose mind na lipyate, is not affected. Saha, he, iman lokan, these people, hatva api, even killing, nahanti, he does not kill, na nibadhyate, nor is he bound. Oh, okay. The one who has no I notion, the one who has no I notion, it's a capital I here, the one whose mind is not affected. He, even killing these people, does not kill. He, even killing these people, does not kill, nor is he bound. Let me just go back to the sloka one more time. So, Asya, Yasya ahankritaha bhavaha na yasya buddhihi na lipyate saha iman lokan hatva api naganti na nibadyate. So for whom there is no I notion, whose mind is not affected, these people, even killing, he does not kill, nor is bound by the action. I think that's what it said, right? Okay, let me go back to read this Tatparya again. The one who has no I notion, the one whose mind is not affected, he, even killing these people, does not kill, nor is he bound. Read the thing. The one who sees the Atma as Akarta is not bound by karma. Okay. The one who sees the Atma as Akarta is not bound by karma. The person who has undergone the proper process of learning with the help of the teacher and the Shastra does not have ahankritaka bhavaha, then that is the notion that I am the doer. Does not have ahankritaka bhavaha, that is the notion that I am the doer. Such a person understands that even though the doer is Atma, because there is no doer without the Atma, in reality, Atma is not the doer. Shankara explains how he gets this particular discriminative knowledge which takes the form of the cognition. I am not the doer. The five factors, such as the physical body, senses, mind, etc., are superimposed upon the Atma by ignorance, avidya. Ignorance is the connecting factor, which makes it look as though Atma has a body, a set of senses, a mind, etc., even though it is independent. Even though it is independent. That is, Atma is independent. He has the understanding that these five factors are the performers of all the actions. So he has the understanding that these five factors are the performers of all the actions. Gunaha guneshu vartante. So guneshu vartante. The gunas move about among the gunas and not I. I am the witness of all these activities. To illustrate, Shankara quotes the Shruti here. Apranu Yamanaha Subro Shubro Ya Aksharat. Okay. Hayaksharat
You want me to help
Parataha.
out?
Yeah, Parataha Paraha.
Apranahya shubhra hyaksharat paratah paraha. This is,
The
I think,
one,
from one of the Upanishads.
right,
Mundaka
it
Upanishad.
says Mundaka Upanishad, yeah. The 212 Mundaka Upanishad. So the one who is free from the prana, okay, one who is free from prana, free from the mind, and therefore always pure. So the one who is free from prana, free from the mind, and therefore always pure. And above, akshara, the cause of all causes. The cause of all causes. That's from the Mandaka Upanishad. He is the one who is the very basis of Maya. That self is free from any modification or action. The person who sees this is clear in his thinking. Again, he is the one who is the very basis of Maya. That self is free from any modification or action. The person who sees this is clear in his thinking. So he is giving explanation for the Sumati person here, who has clear thinking. He is the one whose mind is not affected at all. Buddhihi na lipyate. He has no regret or remorse and therefore does not say, what good did I not do? What wrong did I do? Kim aham sadhu na akaravam kim aham papam akaravam iti. Akaravam iti. Akaravam iti. This is from Taittiriya Upanishad. Okay, maybe Dr. Brahma can read this little better, I think. Kim aham sadhu na akara Akaravam, Akaravam,
Yeah.
Akaravam. Sorry.
Where is that?
Here. Kim
Yeah.
Akam
Kim
Sadhu.
Kim aham sadhu na akaravam.
Mm.
Kim aham papam akaravam iti.
Okay. That's from the Taittiriya Upanishad. He has
Yeah.
no guilt whatsoever. He has no guilt whatsoever, and he is not plagued with fear of retributions for all his omissions and commissions, thinking, why did I not do the right thing? Why did I do the wrong thing? Okay, why did I not do the right thing? Why did I do the wrong thing? So people are always regretful in this way. But here is a person whose buddhi is no longer affected by any such guilt. This is very important thing because every feeling of guilt is centered on I. So this is very important thing. This is a very important thing because every feeling of guilt is centered on the big I. The things that were supposed to have been done by me were not done, and things that should not have been done at all were done. And this is the opposite. This is the lot of this is lot of everyone. Yeah, this is the lot of everyone. Yep, there are varieties of omissions and commissions even in terms of accomplishment, education, skill, and so on. People regret, I should have done to the medical college. I should have studied engineering. Sorry, I should have gone to the medical college. I should have studied engineering. I should have learned music. I should not have learned music. Why did I become a teacher of all things? I should have gone to the industry, etc. Um, People can always be regretful of what they did or did not do. Again, the people can always be regretful of what they did or did not do. All these are based on one's own action. Again, all these are based on one's own action. But action itself does not cause guilt. It is action centered on I that causes guilt. Guilt and I go together. Capital I. Fortunately, however, I is free from any action. Mm. You may say 100 different things, but I performs no action. So you may say 100 different things, but I perform no action. If that is so, what good or bad action is there for Atma? It never did anything and is therefore free from guilt. Naturally, if one has this vision of Atma, his mind is not affected in any way by regrets and remorse. Tasya buddhir na lipyate. Repentance may be useful in management of your emotions. Again, repentance may be useful in management of your emotions, etc. But it is only for the person who looks upon Atma as the Karta. But it is only for the person who looks upon Atma as the Karta. We are not dismissing repentance here, but we are going one step further and saying that Atma is Akarta, and therefore nothing that was ever done or not done by him can be repented. Ever done or not done by him can be repented. Even next paragraph. Even if the jnani kills, he does not kill. And this is what we read in the second chapter, right? You would have given this explanation. Even if the jnani kills, he does not kill. The one who sees this is the person who thinks clearly. Again, the one who sees, this is the person who thinks clearly. The wise person who sees that even destroying all these people assembled on the battlefield, he does not perform the act of destruction. Hatvapi Saiman Lokan Naganti. When he destroys all these people in the battlefield, how can you say he does not destroy? Shankara says, from the standpoint of an onlooker, the person seems to perform the action. Again, the person seems to perform the action, but in fact, Atma performs no action. So, underline this one. Atma performs no action. Therefore, he is not bound by the result of any action. So, that Atma is not bound by the result of any action because he doesn't perform any action. Not nibadhyate, not bound by the any action. Na nibadhyate. It comes from the five factors, including the body, but not from the Atma directly. That action comes from five factors, including the body, but not from the Atma directly. Atma is the only the witness. Sakshi, the very basis, Adhisthana of the body and all actions. So, Sakshi, the very basis, Adhisthana of the body and all actions, but itself performs no action. So, itself performs no action. It is the person alone that counts here. That person performs no action whatsoever. What is to be done is done. When a judge issues a judgment for a person to be hanged, can we say he is guilty of taking a life and therefore has to be given a capital punishment? No, because it is the thing to be done. Again, no, because it is the thing to be done. He has no guilt whatsoever because he knows that he is just an instrument in the execution of the law. There is no ego here. This is not a sanction for killing, but by dealing with the most difficult, improper action, all other actions are dealt with. This is called Prathama Malla Nyaya. Prathama Malla Nyaya. If you want to become a heavyweight boxing champion, you only need to defeat the current champion. Similarly, here by pointing out the action of killing, he has pointed out all other actions we have seen, all other actions. We have seen how can the person who knows this indestructible, eternal, unborn, imperishable, kill anything or cause anything to be killed. This is from the Veda, Avinashinam, Avinashinam, right? Veda Avinashinam Nityam Ya Enam Ajam Avyayam Katam Cha Purushaha Partha Kam Katayati Hantikam. That's actually Gita sloka. Okay, Gita 221, what I read right now. And also, he does not kill, nor is he killed. Nyayam hanti na hantyate. Sorry, Nyayam hanti na hantyate. That is 219. And this unborn, eternal, ancient one is not killed even when the body is killed. Ajo nityam sashvadotyam sashvatotya shashvatoyam. Sorry. Ajo nityam shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sarire. That is the 220. Sloka number 220. It is not an object. It is not an object of action, much less subject. Yeah. So they explained with the 3 slokas from the second chapter about the killing, not killing, that part. In the previous verse, it was said that one who has not undergone the discipline of learning properly looks upon the self, which is the actionless of the agent, kevalam atmanam kartaram pashyati. That is, kevalaha atma karta iti pashyati. Before that, it was said that there are 5 factors necessary for any action: karana, karta, adhisthana, prana, and daiva. While the karta, the doer, is atma, atma is not the doer. While the karta, the doer, is atma, atma is not the doer. We are not presenting a karta other than atma. In fact, we are not presenting anything other than atma. The karta, being atma, is nothing but chat chit ananda, which is completely free from doing. This is not seen unless one removes the ignorance about Atma. Therefore, the person who does not have a clear understanding about the Atma thinks that Atma is Karta. So, when our Atma is covered with the veil of ignorance, then we all think that we are doing, I am doing, all that. But then, when we remove that veil of ignorance, then the Atma is just a Sakshi and non doer. Even if Atma by itself is not the Karta, why can it not be a Karta along with the other factors? Okay. Even if Atma by itself is not the Karta, why can it not be a Karta along with other factors? That asking the question. A pertinent doubt is raised here by Shankara. Perhaps the verse means that the one who is not well informed looks upon Atma alone as the agent. Kartaram Atmanam Kevalam Pashyati Durmati, not taking into consideration the other 4 factors required for an action. Without them, there is no possibility of karma. Although Atma by itself has no agency, Kartrutva, in conjunction with other 4 factors, it has. So, in conjunction with the other 4 factors, it has. Therefore, this does not mean that Atma is Akarta. It is still a Karta, but not by itself. Kevala Atma is Akarta. So, pure Atma is Akarta. But in association with the body, etc., it becomes the Karta. Everyone knows this. Nobody looks upon Atma alone as a Karta. Who thinks that he is independent of the physical body and yet performs an action like walking without the physical body. Nobody commits that mistake. If he does, he is Durmati. Why not take the verse this way? Why not take the verse this way? Shankara wants to debate all the time. Shankara says
He's
that
actually
this
giving
is,
the Purva Pakshi. He's asking the
yeah,
question that might arise in a student's and a seeker's mind,
right,
and he's answering it himself. So
right,
he's both the opponent as well as the proponent, both.
right. I remember, like, when we were reading this chapter, we were reading like this lot of stuff, right?
That is why
Like,
it is important to follow the train of
train of thought,
the
yeah.
thought. Otherwise, if you join somewhere in the middle, then
Yeah,
you will only get confused. So it's
confused,
very
right,
important to follow the.
right. How he uh, argues in, that same conversation. Shankara says that is not difficult to answer. If Atma in association with the physical body, etc., becomes the Karta, how does Atma establish this association with the physical body, mind, and senses? I'll read this line again. Shankara says that this is not difficult to answer. If Atma in association with the physical body, etc., becomes the Karta, how does Atma establish this association with the physical body, mind, and and senses? Atma itself does not undergo any change to be able to form an association. It is avikriya. So, first of all, it doesn't undergo any change to be able to form an association. It is avikriya. Being pure awareness, it has no part to associate with something. It is nira avyava. Niravyava. Niravyava. That is, it doesn't have associated with something. How is pure awareness going to associate itself with anything? How can something which has attributes like the physical body be associated with another thing which has no part at all? If there are two objects, each having a certain form, association is possible. But one absolutely free of attributes, how is it going to associate with the physical body which has attributes? It is not possible. One second. Kevala, Atma cannot do any action. Then what is the meaning of the word Kevala? While it can be used in the sense well, it can be used in the sense
Do
of
you want
merely.
one of us to take
Yeah,
over?
if you want to go ahead, please. That'd be nice. Thanks.
Um,
Otherwise, I
Samaji, are
can
you
read.
okay to
It's
continue?
it's only a little bit of. It has more page. Oh yeah, I think it's yeah. If you can read, it's fine. Otherwise, I will. You have two more pages.
Jai Gurudev, is anyone able to chip
Hmm.
in here?
It's okay, Brahmaraj. I'll read it. It's fine.
No, I'll take over and just in the I
No, don't worry. I want to come back to that same page.
okay.
1 second, 1 second. Okay, so we are on 212, right? Before? Yeah. So we were reading here. No, this is a different. Yeah. Yeah, we were reading about Avikriya and all that, right? Mm. Yeah, right here. Kevala Atma can not do any action. Then what is the meaning of the word Kevala? While it can be used in the sense of merely, as it has been taken by the objector, it can also be used in the sense of pure. It alone exists, nothing else. It is by nature free from any modification or attribute. The word Kevala here should be taken in the sense of purity, restating a fact about the self. Therefore, in the previous verse, Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Kartaram Pashyati Durmati does not mean that Atma alone is seen as the Karta. That is not the meaning. And the next verse
Hari Om,
confirms. Yeah.
Dr. Mara, can you can you be loud, or maybe the speaker is a bit far from your
Oh, sorry.
a little
Didi, I will
volume.
read.
1 second.
Didi, you take rest. I can read
Do you,
now.
Dr. Savita ji, can you read for a little bit? I'll be back.
I can also read.
No, anyone can read. I think the speaker was a bit, I think it was far from.
So from here is it? Shankara says,
Yeah, my headphone.
Keval Atma can not do
Start
any
from Kevala. Kevala Atma cannot do any action from
Okay.
that
You
heading.
want me to
Kevala Atma cannot do any action.
Right.
Then what is the meaning of the word Kevala? While it can be used in the sense of merely, as it has taken by the objector, it can also be used in the sense of pure. It alone exists, nothing else. It is by nature free from any modification or attribute. The word Kevala here should be taken in this sense of purity, restating a fact about the self. Therefore, in the previous verse, Kevalam Atmanam Kartaram Pashyati Durmati does not mean that Atma alone is seen as the Karta. That is not the meaning, and the next verse confirms it. That the self does not perform any action is very well known in the Shruti, the Gita itself, the Smriti, and it is also reasonable. Gita says, Atma is not subject to modification, it is avikriya. Actions are done by the gunas. Gunaireva karmani kriyante. Even though obtaining in the body. Arjuna, Atma does not act and is not touched. Sharirastopi kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. The same thing it is said in the Shruti. He seemingly meditates and seemingly moves away. Dhyayanti iva leelayati iva. Leelayati iva. Atma does not do any act of meditations, nor does it get agitated and move away. It only seems to do so. By reasoning also, we can see that the self is avikriya, actionless. By reasoning also, it can be established that the self is without parts, not dependent on anything else, and not subject to modification. Atma is the one that is self-evident and therefore does not depend upon any other thing for its existence. If Atma has parts, they must exist in a locus, and a locus is necessarily an object, and therefore anatma. Parts of Atma residing in Anatma is untenable, and therefore Atma having parts cannot be supported by reasoning. Also, because it is self-evident in the form of Chaitanya, everything else seems evident to the self, including the limbs and attributes. They are not self-evident and therefore not Atma. If you say Atma is subject to modification, how do you know this? There should be another Atma seeing the Atma that is undergoing changes. And if we accept this, we will get into infinite regression. Second Atma to see the first Atma, and the third to see the second, and so on. Even if by some stretch of imagination you are able to say that Atma is subject to modification, you still cannot establish that Atma is the Karta, the doer. What would be its action? It could only be a change centered on Atma. If the physical body, mind, senses, etc. are performing action, it is their action. How can their action be the action of the Atma? Even accepting that Atma is subject to change, the actions involved in bringing about that change are not the actions that emanate from the physical body, mind, and senses. Further, if you accept that Atma is independent of all of them, then that Atma cannot be the agent karta of actions done by the body, etc. When the physical body, mind, and senses perform their actions, how can Atma become the karta even if it is subject to change? The action done by one person cannot go to another person who has not done that action. It has nothing to do with him. A given person's actions belongs to that person alone, and no one else can be held accountable for it. You may argue that though the physical body performs the action, you have identification with it and take the physical body as yourself. Consequently, due to the ignorance now obtaining, karma that is done can go to the Atma. If you say this, I will say, live long, Ayushman Bhava, for that is exactly what I'm saying. Even then, Atma does not do any karma. Next page, please. We have to go to the next. Atma does not become the karta. If, due to ignorance, Atma is taken to be a karta, that agency, kartutva, is not real. Shankara gives an example. A shell that is mistaken for a piece of silver does not become the silver. If you see silver due to your own ignorance of the fact that what you are looking at is a shell, you see a silver. If you see silver due to your own ignorance of the fact that what you are looking at is a shell, you see silver. What is not there at all. Similarly, if you see an action in Atma due to your ignorance of the actionless Atma, that does not in any way belong to the Atma. It is like cloud forms seen as palaces and dust seen as in space by children, not knowing that these things do not belong in the space. It is impossible to perform an action without bringing about any change. That is the basis of Shankara's argument. Without change on the locus of action, there cannot be any action. So clever. Conversely, wherever there is an action, the locus of that action must be subject itself to some kind of change. Without action, you cannot even close or open your eyes. Even deliberately not opening the eyes implies a mental activity. Action always implies some motion, some change, and the changes that take place in a given part of the body, etc., belong only to it, not to the Atma. What is said here in this verse is proper. Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan nahanti na nibhadhyate. The mind of the one who has no notion that he is a doer is not affected. Even killing these people, he does not kill and is not bound. His mind is not troubled with remorse about what he did and did not do because there is no
Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa iman lokan nahanti nani badhyate. Yasya nahankrito. He does not have that I notion that I am doing it.
nahankrito. So the mind of the one who has no notion that he is a doer is not affected. Even killing these people, he does not kill and is not bound. His mind is not troubled with remorse about what he did and did not do because there is no sankhara. There is no sankhara mix up. What is that?
There's no
Yeah.
Sankara. Sankara is mix up.
Shankara, okay.
Not Shankara. Shankara is different. Sankara. Like they say Sankara Jati, right? Sankara Jati is a mix up of things. So
Okay.
Sankara is a mix up.
So there is no mix up, Sankara. That wise person does not do the action of killing, nor is he bound by the result of action. Shankara points out the statement in the second chapter of Gita. He does not kill, nor is he killed. Na avyam hanti, na hantyate. That is, because it is said he is not born, na jayate. This statement reveals the changelessness of Atma. Let me see how much is there. Should we continue this or it's only 5 more minutes left? Maybe I'll finish
How
this.
much more is there? Yeah, maybe you can finish this para and then we'll stop.
Yeah, there is.
Two
I think
pages
there
are
is another
on-
page.
Yeah, two more. Two
Two
sides.
more
rather.
pages. Yeah. Yeah, almost 3 pages.
Oh. So I'll
Yeah,
just
this
finish
is a long
this
one.
page. Yeah.
Yeah, this paragraph you can finish it and see. This is the one you
Shankara
are reading, right?
Yeah. Shankara points out the statement in the second chapter of the Gita. He does not kill, nor is he killed. Na ayam hanti, na hantyate. That is,
Na
because
hanyate.
na
Hanyate.
hanyate. Na ayam hanti, na hanyate. That is because it is said he is not born, na jayate. This statement reveals the changelessness of Atma. The entire view of the Gita Shastra is presented here properly. Both the one who looks upon the Atma as an object which can be destroyed and the one who looks upon the Atma as the subject of action of killing or any other action, do not know the Atma. Ubahu tauna vijyan
Ubhav tau navijanat. Ubhav tau
Abhijanat.
janataha. Ubhav tau navijanataha.
Okay. Atma does not perform the action of killing, nor becomes the object of somebody's action of destruction. You cannot objectify the Atma to destroy it, and therefore Bhagavan went on to say, Nainam chintan chindanti
Nainam
shastrani.
chindanti shastrani, nainam
Shastrani.
dahati pavakaha. I
Okay.
think that is not.
Weapons cannot destroy it. I cannot objectify you, the Atma, in order to destroy you, nor can you, as Atma, perform any action. It is not possible that Atma is either the subject or the object of an action. Having made this initial statement, he gave the reason why Atma is not subject to death, decay, etc. It was never born, na jayate. There was never a time it was not there, nor having been there later, it will not be. Na ayam bhutva bhavita. Na ayam bhutva bhavita. Vana bhuyaha. This kind of problem does not exist for Atma because Atma is not subject to time. It is unborn, it is eternal. Ajha nityam. Ajaha nityam. By giving these statements of reasoning, he tells us that Atma is not subject to modification. It is avikriya. Very nice. So it is so important that we have to do our cleansing. So that guna is, what is that? The impressions are cleaned off. So the gunas will perform according to the niyati. Very nice.
I think we will close here today. We will need to read this again. This is Shloka 16, I think, right?
17.
17, yeah. We'll come to 17 and do it at one stretch. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
निरुपमनित्यनिरंशकेऽप्यखण्डे मयि चिति सर्वविकल्पनादिशून्ये घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया श्रुतिशतनिगमान्तशोधकानपि अहह धनादिनिदर्शनेन सद्यः कलुषयति चतुष्पदाद्यभिन्ना न घटितघटना पडीयसी माया सुखचिदखण्डविबोधमद्वितीयम् वियदनलादिविनिर्मित्ते नियोज्य भ्रमयति भवसागरे नितान्तम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया अपगतगुणवर्णजातिभेदे सुखचितिविप्रविडाद्यहं कृतिं च स्फुटयति सुतदारकेहमोहम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया विधिहरिहरविभेदमप्यखण्डे बत विरचय्य बुधानपि प्रकामम् भ्रमयति हरिहरविभेदभावानघटितघटना पटीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया